Hey guys, live from Nordic Fintech Week. I'm Matteo. We'll get used to this name. I'm here with Ronit, who has a super interesting profile. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So we just realized that you've worked 26 years.
27.
27 years for Citibank, but you look also as an intrapreneur, and it's incredible we never crossed paths. Tell me about you.
So actually, 26, 27 years at Citi. I run a think tank for Citi called Future of Finance. So basically, I ran our financials research, so fintech and banks, from '08 to 2020. They kindly set up this think tank, which gives me a lot of freedom to create content and analysis, to track what's new and emerging in the world of financial services and the crossover of money and technology. And with Citi's blessing, I do a few things outside the bank as well, which all in the same area. So I sit on the board of a couple of VCs, a business school, stuff like that, but all somehow related to fintech and Web3.
You know, it is super interesting because I always say that, until 2010, practically there were no venture capitalists focused on fintech, with the exception of Citi Ventures. So you guys have been always at the forefront.
Yeah.
So, in 1 minute, the million-dollar question. So what is the future of financial services?
Yeah, oh my God. It'll take more than 1 minute, but shout out to Arvind and Citi Ventures. They've been going for like a dozen years, and we work closer together, but they're a separate team.
And my friend Vanessa.
Vanessa, who used to be with us and is now at Visa, obviously. So great stuff there. So what's the future of finance? Finance changes all the time. We were chatting earlier about the Medicis, because the Medicis, if I can go into how Italians created modern banking.
You're into my...
Exactly. I'm just appealing to the moderator, the host now. But double entry bookkeeping was the fintech innovation of its day. And that was not created by the Medicis, but popularized by the Bank of Medici. The idea of double entry bookkeeping, letters of credit, that's an innovation from the 1300s, but that's an innovation. So what are we looking at going forward? 3 areas or 4. Number one, obviously, we can't talk about anything in 2023. We're talking about Gen AI. So how does AI, and particularly Gen AI, change financial services? Because everything we do, our raw materials, is data. So that data is going to be, mined, analyzed, created by AI in the future, but within guardrails, because we're one of the most regulated industries in the world, along with probably pharmaceuticals. So we are perfect for AI, but we're also very difficult for AI because we're so hyper-regulated. That's number one. Number two, now we're beginning to see real-world use cases of blockchain technology. I know people, particularly in the crypto world, like to poo-poo enterprise blockchain because it's kind of boring or whatever, but you're beginning to see, and my colleagues in the transaction bank, so shout out to them this year, just at Cybos last week, announced something called Citi Token Services. The clients, our corporate clients, don't need to care about the blockchain. What they get is 24/7 payments. That's what we want, right? 24/7. We're making their lives easier with a blockchain at the back. A private permission blockchain, but a blockchain at the back. It's a start. So what I'm super excited about is that people in lots of banks around the world and financial institutions, including the big card schemes, they're beginning to use this technology for real-world use cases. And the third one, which we're sort of like almost embarrassed to talk about, and it's linked to blockchain, but not really blockchain, it's Web3 and the metaverse. It's become a bit of a dirty word this year, particularly for journalists, or a word of abuse. Next year, if these guys at Nordic Fintech Week have me back, I just said it on stage, next year it's going to come back.
Because it's super interesting because one of the seminars I ran recently, it was a bet whether or not Web3 payments will surpass Web2 payments and by when. But we don't have time to answer this question because our time is up. Ronit, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.